we'll switch it up. You know what? You know what was? I forgot one thing that kind of was like a mind blowing moment for us, which it's not a big thing, but none of us had been around the country ever before. But I remember all of us being very confused when we saw Hardee's across the country.
Yeah.
Like, well, wait, what?
Yeah.
Is this?
What's up with that Carl's Jr. and why is it called a Hardee's?
So we like actually went inside and we're like, okay, it looks the same.
All the
menu's
menu
the
items
same.
are the same.
Excuse me, ma'am. What is happening? We're not from here.
Yeah. Felt like we've driven into an alternate dimension.
Yeah. One of those the incursions or something.
Mm-hmm.
You'd only know what that was if you were a Marvel fan.
Yeah. Only true Marvel fans would know that. We're freaking so cool. Hey, this is the Remember Times podcast. I'm Mitch. This is AJ.
Hello, everyone.
We're fucking so cool.
So cool. If you don't know what we're talking about, Hardee's is literally Carl's Jr. just on the east side.
On the East Coast, they just call it something different.
Yeah.
And we had never heard of that because why would we have?
Yeah. And the star is like tilted differently in the symbol or something. But anyways. So we are now, we only have 2 episodes and a
bonus episode
left on our first tour, Warped Tour 2007. What, 18 years ago now?
Jesus Christ.
So, just a quick recap. Van died. We are now in U-Haul for the rest of the tour. We missed the coolest day. We just went to Oregon to meet up with the tour again. And now we are back in California for the rest of the tour. We actually had 3 days off from Oregon to Fresno. But we came up on a very amazing proposal. I don't remember exactly when it was asked, but
we mentioned it before.
Did we? Yeah. What was their merch guy's name again?
Intern.
A guy who used to work for Pepper as their merch guy just came up one day and was like, "Hey, you guys want to open for Pepper?" We're like, "Fuck yeah, we do."
Yeah, on an off day show, which was not allowed.
It
was frowned upon.
Yeah. Everybody did it, but
yeah. So I think that's why he was like kind of like, "Hey, you guys want to do this?"
Are we like explaining enough like how much we hung out with Pennywise and Pepper on that tour? I feel like we're not making it sound kind of.
I think a few episodes ago you said we're basically hanging out with them every night.
Yeah, every night. Yeah,
every night where we didn't have to immediately drive to the next venue.
Absolutely,
we were killing at least a few hours backstage in
with these guys.
What they call it, the Sanctuary City.
Yeah.
City of Sanctuary.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. But so they asked us on, I believe it was August 21st, on the way to Fresno to stop in Chico and open for them at the Senator Theater. This was really our first theater show.
Yeah.
I think, right? Yeah. Ever. So could not have been more excited. And we had the day off anyway, so why the hell not?
Got to pay for that U-Haul.
I don't even think we asked if we were getting paid. We were just like, we're going.
Yeah, I can't remember if we did or not. I'm sure
we did.
Sure we did.
I think they gave us like $400 or something, which was very nice of them.
Most we'd ever gotten.
Which we happily agreed to for free, not knowing, but that was very nice.
Yeah, we just wanted to do the show,
and we actually sold a lot of merch. I could not believe that reggae fans were so open to a metal band.
I thought it was
cool.
a really bad decision on their part to have us do it, but we weren't going to say no. And then when we did it, I was like, oh, actually, everybody's fucking just super chill.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like I remember getting the Chico early in the morning. I think we went to a coffee shop like right off the bat beforehand, and then it was just us and Pepper, so it was a very easy load-in day. I do remember pulling up to the venue and Fathom texting us and asking us if we wanted to go on tour with them right after Warped Tour. So that was like a big, like, oh shit, what should we do?
Yeah. And
so we were just kind of like mulling that over in our heads because they were about to go out for like, I think another 6 weeks, like within a week or two of ending Warped. So that was a, just an interesting thing to do or to think over. But
we didn't have a van anymore either.
Right.
I mean, we didn't have a van to begin with.
Yeah. But they had an RV. I don't know. I don't remember what
fitting in.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what we were thinking at the time. But anyways, that was something to think about. So this was like really our first real sound check, was it not? Like
the first time we ever had a sound check in like a proper big venue.
Man, did I feel cool! Like actually having a sound check. That was really rad. The sound guy, Which, to be honest, does not happen all the time. But the sound guy was really cool.
Yeah, he was like down to work with us, and
Yeah.
I think he could
I
tell
think he
we
could tell.
didn't. Yeah, we were very green.
Yeah. And, yeah, you know, got all the levels. But he also suggested we have an intro song. Do you remember that?
Did he suggest it, or did we ask him if we could?
I feel like I remember him talking through the PA being like, we can do whatever you want. Like, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think it was kind of like a back and forth thing, and he was like, "Yeah, we can fucking throw some music on before we want to."
Yeah. But so we dimmed the lights for the show to actually, you know what? Coach, their tour manager, gave us an intro, being like, "These guys are a metal band. They're on tour with us. These guys are awesome. So let's give a big warm welcome to Allura." And then the lights went down, and we came out to the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song.
The movies, not the ride.
Yeah. That would have been even funnier. Yo ho.
Yeah, no, it was the coolest I think I ever felt up to that point. Was just dun 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 dun.
Yeah, that was epic. I like you can. I've seen video of it of us like walking out. I don't think we've ever looked so confident. Like,
yeah, we did the
you
trickle out.
especially.
We did the trickle out where like Chris goes out first and just like sits behind the drums. He's kind of getting ready, and then everybody else comes out and I come out right at the end like, oh
yeah. It was very
That's the coolest I ever felt.
It was awesome. I do remember beforehand in the green room asking you guys like, hey, I don't really like, you know, we haven't played like Inside in a while, but I don't really want to like tone myself down for it just because we're playing at a reggae show. And I was very shocked because you all love to give me so much shit for wearing makeup and stuff, but you were all very like, yeah, no, do it 100%. We're medaling it up in here.
Well, I think part of it too was the entire Warped Tour at this point. Most of our sets, and you can see from all the videos, we're just shirtless and just like sweating, like ugh. The first time we're playing like at night and like rested, we're like chilling all day. You have time to get ready. Like fucking. Let's all look our best.
Go for it, yeah. Chris wore a bandana, which I don't think he did that much, but he did.
He gave that a shot.
Yeah. And
I think at this time, I was still doing the bandanas around the wrist.
Maybe.
I think that was my cool thing at the time.
Okay.
Which, I wasn't really in a gang or anything.
So, we were.
Well, I mean, technically, we were in a gang.
But
a reformed gang member.
So there was like 300 people there, and it honestly it went so well. I could not believe it. If you recall, a couple episodes ago, we tried to learn "Same in the End," a Sublime song to try and fit in, which did not work. So we ended up just playing "Crazy Train." We were like, you know what, this is
people know Crazy
Train, and makes Josh look cool, and everyone loved it. It went great. We actually did pretty well in merch. Our friend, who actually honestly started us off on this whole journey of meeting Yanni and Fletcher.
That's true.
Sven Duflé.
Sven Duflé.
Yes, he was in attendance.
I think he was going to school up there.
Yeah. I think you can actually see him in the pictures, but you all won't know who that is. But he's in the pictures. So that was cool. We got to hang out with our bud. And yeah, I mean, how do you feel about that show? Besides,
it was like the coolest I ever felt. As I've said like 3 times now.
Yeah.
I remember getting off the show, getting off the stage, watching Pepper play, and then like hanging out with them afterwards, and just like it's like fucking. This is like it. This is the rest of what we're doing.
They were already like talking to us about signing us to their label, and that just like I don't know why that almost felt like more crazy than Warped, like actually getting to play a theater show. And I think we all felt that because Chris like came over afterwards and like almost like gave me a hug. He's like, "Hey, we did it." Yeah. Like it really felt.
We never sounded that good either.
Yeah,
like, we never had sounded that good either. Like we had like the best sound guy and like everything mic'd up perfectly. And, like, playing at a theater is just like a next level.
Yeah, it's so fun. And so that was a big high for all of us. They let us. Pepper let us use their hotel room that night to shower, and then we just came back and partied in their bus for the rest of the night. Especially me, I totally.
Oh yeah, you raged.
Totally partied. I raged. I just had to take a few more pictures outside for people who were waiting around their bus, and then I totally remember Kaleo stepping back on the bus. So I had showered. I wasn't in makeup or in my stage clothes anymore. I think I had my glasses on. I had my hair pulled back instead of down, and he's like, You're like Superman and Clark Kent, man. I compare. You look totally different. Yeah, but yeah. So that was probably one of the best days of the tour, and we weren't even on the tour.
Yeah.
And then we went to Fresno Warped Tour.
Beautiful Fresno.
I remember this venue, this day very well. Every year that I had done the tour, I think it was at the college. Did we play that day? Fuck, I didn't write that down. The only thing I really remember was that we were deciding that the U-Haul was starting to cost quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we were going to miss a day of Warped Tour, and Josh and a few other of us were going to drive home, drop off the U-Haul, and you guys, we had set this up. Whoever was going to stay behind to sell the merch was going to stay on Pennywise and Pepper's buses.
Yeah, they were kind enough to offer us a couple of little bunk spots.
Which all made sense. The only thing I can't figure out is that, so Chris went, which I don't understand why Chris went with Josh. I don't think we all felt comfortable considering how lost Josh got on the road, like to have Josh drive by himself.
Oh yeah, we'd never see him again.
So we needed somebody else to go that wasn't Chris with him. And it ended up being me, which really doesn't sound like something I would have done.
When the alternative was getting to stay on a tour bus?
Yeah. I do have a faint memory of like us playing rock, paper, scissors. I don't know if it was for this or something else, but like that doesn't sound like something I would have like eagerly agreed to, missing out on a Warped Tour and a bus ride on my first tour. So I don't know how I did that, but I missed it. Yeah. So you guys, what bus did you stay on?
I'm pretty sure I stayed on Pennywise.
On Pennywise? So it was you, Sean, and Sam stayed behind our roadie.
Yeah, because Pennywise didn't stay in their bus, if I remember.
I mean, they would have had to, at least to like on the long drives. But they're not in it like the whole day. You guys just got to sleep in that back room like that has the couches, like the...
Yeah, there's like one kind of master suite, I think, right?
It's just like, so the buses are set up, there's like a kitchen and a bench, and then there's all of the bunks, and then all the way in the back there's just like a lounge area with like a circular kind of couch.
And I think we stayed in that.
Yeah, you guys slept in those, I think. But I just don't remember which one of you stayed in whose band's bus.
I'm pretty sure I might have been in Pepper's, actually. Yeah. I honestly don't remember, and I don't remember anything from being on the bus. Which is, I feel like
bummer.
I should.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I just knocked out and woke up at the next venue. Like
which
there wasn't any raging, but it was just like, I don't have to drive, and I don't have to be a co-pilot for anybody. Like, I'm just going to actually sleep.
And I don't have to be sweating the whole time.
Yeah, it was comfortable.
The most comfortable. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I think all I did was just like, I'm sorry, I'm going to go to sleep.
I'm going to sleep. I haven't slept in 2 months. I drove back with Josh. Chris wasn't much of a co-pilot.
So I just slept the whole time.
Yeah, so I co-piloted with Josh. It felt very weird to get home and like, I don't know, anytime I've ever been gone, like for that long, like even though it's only like a month or two, like some things change from home. Like, I don't know, just the weirdest like little thing. But like at that time, at being 20, just time moved so slow. It was like, man, I feel like I haven't been home in like a year or whatever. But so Josh dropped off the van or the U-Haul. I continued on. I took the train down to San Diego to see my girlfriend. And our next show was in San Diego. So I met you guys in San Diego. Don't remember how Chris got there. Josh picked up James, our old guitar player, and they drove down to San Diego together. And I do remember James waking up the next morning being like, this fucking sucks. How have you guys been doing this for 2 months? Like, I slept in the car one night. Fucking so mad right now. But he did sleep in Josh's pickup truck.
Yeah, that's different. That's a special kind of rough.
Yeah, absolutely. Not like a van or a
beautiful U-Haul.
Yeah.
I think we did some math between the last episode and this one about what the U-Haul had cost us based off of the mileage that we drove it and what it would cost today, because that's really all we had to work with. And I think it was somewhere between like $2,000 and $3,000 to swap into the U-Haul.
That we lost, yeah.
Yeah. So that is why the urgency of like getting that U-Haul delivered real quick so we could swap. And I think at this point we were low enough on merch that we figured we could unload all of our important stuff and just like swap into cars.
Yeah, which is basically what we
because it's all south. It's all like Southern California from here on out.
Yeah. So I think you must have had to be on the bus on the way back to the LA show as well.
That's what, when you were describing, I was trying to figure out how I got from San Diego to LA.
You must have been on the bus again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so okay, now we're down in San Diego. Technically, San Diego, we're actually in Chula Vista, which is even closer to the Mexican border than San Diego. I think it was called the Coors Amphitheater at the time. I don't know if that's the name of it now. We didn't get to play, but I just remember it being a really, really fun day. And, San Diego's not as hot as the rest of the country. But yeah, so now we're down to the last show.
I think I remember that the San Diego Warped had like some extra bands jumped on for that show. Like I think the Germs were there.
Ooh, oh yeah, because like the last week had that like old punk rock stage.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and like what, like DI and
DI played Adolescents,
maybe,
Agent
Orange.
But there was a lot of like old school punk rock.
I remember that.
Wasn't there for the rest of the tour, so it was like a unique little spike.
Yeah. On the Hot Topic stage?
It might have been. I think they converted it into whatever.
Right. So in years after this year, the stage got much better, but this year was the Kevin Says / Hot Topic stage.
Yeah.
And it was definitely the worst looking stage. Like it was fine. Like
it got struck by lightning.
It did get struck by lightning. So maybe that's
God herself said that she didn't like it.
Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, that's exactly Alanis Morissette.
Yeah. But okay. Oh my gosh. We are down to the last day of Warped Tour. This is the end of episode 53. I think LA deserves its own day because a lot of stuff happened that day. But
it's the end of Warped Tour.
Yeah, the end of. Not only is it the end of Warped Tour 2007, it's the end of our episodes, minus a
bonus episode.
Where we're going to tell all the stories that we couldn't place.
Yeah, but definitely happened.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through that. I'm going to be laughing really hard. Did the camera just die?
My camera's battery just died.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Bye.